just struggled really for a bit of dominance around the middle of the field, hoping that Fintan Gould can try and swing the balance of play. He's gone in a direct switch with Ono Manny, who's gone back centre back. Away we go. Gould trying to get onto the breaking ball, but busting up is the man that went back there, Ono Manny. He's dashing forward. He's ran from midfield almost to the 45. Gave the pass towards Fintan Gould. He's kicking it in with the left boot over the bar. So that's what you'd say, an instant switch that walked, because Ono Manny went back centre back, picked up the ball, got the ball forward, and Gould tracked forward from midfield. He was there to take it from the centre back, to put the ball between the sticks. Now it's back to a 2-point game, 7-5. 2 points between them. Clyde is still ahead. Yeah,
and John, it only took 15 seconds for the ball to cross over the crossbar, and that often happens, of course, in Gaelic. If you get a good breakdown and you break through the middle, it's the easiest way of all to score. They got in 15 seconds, so that point that was got by the other team, Clyde, just before half-time, has been cancelled there. It's a 2-point game again.
Conway's kick out goes into the path of Tony Deneen. Deneen sways the ball over towards the man in the top of the left position over there, David Horgan, trying to jink around, trying to get inside a couple of Clyda Rovers players. Almost lost control of the ball. He got it towards Ivan Casey to go down very, very low to try and pick it up, and he failed in his efforts because Ray Carey stepped into the breach, got the ball and passed it short to Conor O'Sullivan. These are Clyda Rovers players backing well inside their own defence. Niall Milan now with it to Fiona O'Shea. He's inside his own D, but a nice swift turn evades the challenge of the oncoming Macroom player, and Paddy Kissan is back to take it from him, still inside his own 65-metre line. Then with the fisted pass into the path of Kenneth Fitzgerald, he towards the left hand side of the field to the on-running Conor O'Sullivan, who's tracked down to 45 out from his own goal, the far goal. Kissan now is up in the same area, but Padraig Milan is the man that takes the challenge up, running at the Macroom defence, head down looking for an outlet to give the pass, finds an outlet, back he gives it to James Buffy, kicks it very, very high, booming high kick going across the far side. Cian O'Sullivan chasing it over there, gets the ball in the top of the right position for Clyda Rovers. Now he's faced with a couple of green and white jerseys, gives it back towards a teammate, then it's recycled back towards Niall Milan, and Milan gives it back to Conor O'Sullivan. All Clyda Rovers players retaining possession. Is there a kick on goal coming? There is from Kenneth Fitzgerald, who came up, kicked it in from distance, and that's a high booming kick with real confidence and real accuracy as well by the Clyda Rovers men. They were really, really patient, but in the end patience pays dividends. It's a fine kick from distance from 55 out from goal. Excellent point, excellent response. 8-6, Clyda Rovers 2 ahead again.
Yeah, very similar score actually. 2 minutes in the second half to Macroom, and it's cancelled that one, so Macroom are 3 down again. Kenneth Fitzgerald, playing with number 31 in his back, has had a real influence in this game, and I don't know what the story was originally, whether it was a late decision or not, but certainly he's playing well. Referee is going down, I think, to the Clyda Rovers. Is it the Clyda Rovers goalie, or is it the Macroom full forward, or who's he going to talk to?
Yeah, James Birmingham galloping down all the way towards the edge of the square, towards the man on the edge of the square for Macroom. That's the number 11 there, Ivan Casey, and it looks like he's being cautioned by the referee, James Birmingham. I think he might have been alerted to something about his umpire, but he had it in his mind to go down there once play had stopped. 8 points to 6 then, or 8 points to 5, beg your pardon. Kick out is taken. Clyde Rovers leading by 3, have the ball again. Kissan with it, sends the ball to Cian O'Sullivan, who was involved in the last movement, gives a quick return to Kissan. 45 out from goal, covered stand side of the field, fisted pass, goes back to Gavin Carey. Carey with another fisted pass, right across just outside the 45-metre line. Clyde Rovers being patient, looking for the opening, probing here with Conor Flanagan. Flanagan now withstanding a challenge, gives it to Kenneth Fitzgerald, who got the last point, and he back again out the field towards Padraig Milan, and he sends it out the right hand side towards Paddy Kissan. Kissan taking on the Macroom defence, running down, trying to make the angle with the right boot, trying to slip the ball over the bar. It's a well taken point by Paddy Kissan. Nice composure in the last 2 movements. Clyda Rovers have shown lots of patience. They've been patient, they've been probed, they've looked for the outlet, and in each case they've taken the right option, getting a score at the end of it.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised, John, in the matchups, because Ono Manny, who's certainly lacking pace, a good natural footballer, stand-up footballer, but he's on Paddy Kissan. That's a great win outside by Fintan Gould, but he's not the man to mark him. I'm surprised they took Kylie off of him. That's going to have a big effect in this game.
Philip Corrigan's kick forward goes to Ivan Casey. Out the field it goes towards the corner forward, Patrick Lucy, kicking the ball from the right hand side, but sending the ball right and wide. Now Ted Lucky Linehan is Clyda Rovers' #1 fan, and he's stayed away from the game today because, yeah, you've guessed it, They've lost all 3 finals that he's attended, so he's listening online in Care, wishing the boys all the best on the county tip, and so far it's going well, Ted. Clyda Rovers leading Macroom by 9 points to 5, a 4 points advantage. 5 minutes into the second half here. You're with Coxboat Sunday on county football final day in Pairc with Clyda Rovers, Cian Conway kicking the ball again, good distance from the kick out, breaking ball around midfield will be interesting. Fionn O'Shea almost got down to it, but he didn't before boot came in the other direction. Chris Kenny then went back and got the ball, was fouled, and Clyda Rovers have a free inside their own half the field. Gavin Carey will begin the counter-attack. 45 out from his own goal, gets it towards Chris Buckley, who loves to roam forward the right half back. Short pass infield, goes for the return, receives it again, having got it from Fionn O'Shea, runs across his own 65 metre line, back to Kenneth Fitzgerald, and he will use O'Shea again out the right hand side of midfield at the moment. Covered stand side of the field. O'Shea changes gears, goes beyond David Gould, but a pass in the direction of Paddy Kazan was loose. It was a cheap pass, the position was given away, and here comes here comes Macroom. Fintan Gould, strong, powerful run from 65 out to 45. Now he stands looking for an option. 3 or 4 Clyda Rovers players stand them up. Ball has been sent back to the captain, Kieran Murphy, who got a point in the first half. Back he goes again towards David Gould. Gould now further out the field, wearing 14 but 45 out from goal. Again a bit short of options. Looking to see Kieran Murphy coming up behind him. Then Murphy found the way through. He's bust through. He's looking for a second score of the game. He kicked it with a left boot, but it's left and wide. Good disciplined defence by Clyda Rovers, even though Kieran Murphy in the end eventually found the route through a couple of Clyda Rovers jerseys, but overall options limited for Macroom when they have the ball.
No doubt about it. In comparison with Clyda Rovers, they don't have the player coming off the shoulder, and Fintan Gould had to simply turn around and pass it back, and it became a bit of a comedy. But Kieran Murphy, one thing about him, John, is he's got a fierce burst of pace. He'd surprise you once he gets in possession, and there wasn't a lot wrong with his kick. The delivery there was only marginally wide, but they badly need scores now.
The Macroom corner forwards have switched. Lucy Dove on top of the left, Horgan is top of the right at the moment. Will the ball go in from the kick out by Clyda Rovers? They gather possession again. Kenneth Fitzgerald doing a lot of work around midfield, gets the ball back to Ray Carey, who's quite happy to wander back in the direction of his own goal, and then turns around on his right side and sends the ball back to Fionn O'Shea, who's been involved in an awful lot of good play for Clyda Rovers today. O'Shea gives it back to Kenneth Fitzgerald. The midfielder standing outside his own D, giving it towards Niall O'Mullane. Across the full back line they go towards the captain Alvaro Hanlon inside his own 45 metre line. All Clyda Rovers player, patient play there. Now a bit of movement and a bit of space and a bit of energy being exerted by Clyda Rovers. The run of Conor O'Sullivan takes him across halfway, takes him to the other 65. At that stage he was fouled, stopped in his tracks, and that's going to be a free for Clyda Rovers. They are looking good at the moment. 9 points to 5 they lead. Clyde have only conceded an average of 6 points in all their matches so far. 3 points the first day, 7 in round 2, 10 the next day, and then 4 in the semi-final of the championship. So 24 points conceded in 4 championship. They've conceded 5 here in the final, 37 minutes gone. The free gets them going the right direction again. Kissan to Cian O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan jinking and weaving in the top of the left position. Onto the right boot. It's a high kick. It got a slight deflection as it came across the goal. Might be kept in play over there, but it's gone beyond. Backs and forwards, gone behind for a kick out to the Macroom goalkeeper, James O'Connell. Now we noticed in the first half Cian Conway was getting plenty of length out of his kick outs. The wind ain't a factor here at all. It really is a calm day. The flag, the tricolour, really limp, but we'll just see where the goalkeeper can direct his kick out, because crucially Clyda Rovers were bossing the midfield sector for about 15-16 minutes the first half. Up go the bodies around midfield. Ball is broken down. Paddy Kazan underneath it into the path of Gavin Carey. Carey looks to go back and gives it back to Fionn O'Shea, and Fionn O'Shea sends it towards Kieran O'Hanlon, and he across the half back line towards Conor O'Sullivan, and he now into Conor Flanagan, who's gone forward. Flanagan back to Paddy Kazan, 45 metres out from goal. Paddy Kazan running across the 45 metre line, holding possession, looking for the outlet, going backwards quite patiently, gives it back to Conor Flanagan. All Clyda Rovers at the moment. Fionn O'Shea now sees a bit of space. It's about the 5th or 6th consecutive fisted pass. Clyda have won possession, still retaining possession. 40 out from goal now, trying to make an angle, trying to jink in is Conor O'Sullivan in front of the goals, onto the right foot, kicking it goalwards, but sending it right and wide. But certainly they're holding possession quite comfortably, quite composed, quite controlled, you'd have to say, John, at the moment.
Yeah, they're dominating possession, and Macroom, now they have a shot kick out after winning here, but Macroom don't have the pace, and they really don't have the work rate, to be honest with you. But you never know Macroom, because they have some very fine individual footballers, and one score in the game could turn Yeah, missed it again, and they're on the break here.
Here's David Horgan setting something up inside for Ivan Casey, the centre forward. Busting run by him, and he gives it to Tony Deneen. Deneen left hand side of the field. Back he gives it to David Gould, looking to try and produce a bit of magic. Running across the D, trying to get onto the right foot. He's been tracked all the time. Very little space as he gives it to the substitute Andrew Haggerty. Out the far side of the field it goes. Maybe something for Sean Kiley, who's come up there. Kiley will kick the ball with the right boot. Has he found the range? He has from right half back. But again, there was a lot of pressure on the Macroom players with possession, and it took the extra man. It needed the extra man to come in just to provide the outlet, just eventually to get the score, and a fine kick by Kiley.
Yeah, they needed that, John. You said it. Clyda are more available for the ball. I suppose you could say they're hungrier. Certainly their work rate is greater, and that's what's keeping them ahead.
9 points to 6 in favour of Clyda Rovers then. Lots of football left in this match. Over 20 minutes remaining. From the kick out, Chris Buckley charges forward for Clyda Rovers. He's been tracked back by Kieran Murphy. He's still going though. Now has the ball. 45 out from goal. Looks for the outlet. Goes towards the left hand side of that 45 metre line. There is a Clyda Rovers man available. Clissan receives the ball from Conor Sutherland. He goes off on a surging run. He was fouled. The referee game advantage inside the 45 metre line. Back to Pairc Milan into the Blackrock goal in the second half. Milan, the wily experienced full forward to James Murphy. Murphy goes backwards to go forward. Still Clyda Rovers with possession. Over the shoulder, Chris Buckley had a look to see who was there. It was his own man, Pairc Milan. He gave it back to Kenneth Fitzgerald. He's got one kick already from this distance, 1 point. He's using strength and power. He's going forward. He's looking for another. He's onto the right boot. It's over the bar. It's a great point again. Superb kick, just like the last one. He's a big man. He's difficult to shake off, but crucially, he's a bit of finesse about him when it comes to finishing. A second well-taken point by Fitzgerald, second half. And Macroom now find themselves 4 points behind, and they're about to make a change, trailing by 10 points to 6.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, John, it's rarely that any number 31 in any game of Gaelic has had such an impact as this guy. He's having a real impact in this game. That's a foul on the Macroom's at the forward. Ivan Casey. I think David Gould has gone in again. They're just not getting the ball into goal, and they don't have the pace or the work rate, I have to say. It's lacking, and they're 4 points down, John. They got it down to 3. That's as far as they've gone, and you know what? I think they're going to need a goal, John, to turn the complexion of this game.
Here's Tony Deneen from Macroom, having received a shot free, giving it inside now towards Philip Corrigan, busting forward the midfielder. He's gone a long way. He's met by a couple of Clyda Rovers players. Chris Kenny stops him in his tracks. Inside the D, Fiona Shea goes down, bends the back, gets the ball up, flicks it away, sends it out this near side of the field to Chris Buckley. Buckley in the right half back position, runs down to the 65 metre line, covered stand side of the field, heading to halfway, heading to the other 65, heading for the 45. Trying to take on, tackle there by Fintan Gould as he came towards Gould. He was tackled and fouled, and that's going to be a free down to Clyda Rovers. I think the story regarding Kenneth Fitzgerald and the number 31 jersey is he was named at 26, but they were missing a jersey, and instead of wearing the jersey that was there, Fitzgerald found the number 31 jersey and has worn it. John O'Hanlon was the man originally listed to play at midfield wearing number 8. He hasn't played, but they're happy that Fitzgerald has played because he's having a really good influence. Game is in motion again. Clyda Rovers on the attack. Ball gone down the field towards the top of the right position towards James Murphy. Murphy has a good few green and white jerseys in the way, so he elects to be patient. Goes back to Pairc Milan. Good discipline play again by Clyda. Out towards Gavin Carey, going backwards to retain possession, to stay calm. Pairc Milan in possession. A lot of Clyda Rovers players handling a lot of ball. They've gone backwards about 50-65 metres. Maybe it's not football for the purists, but it is retaining possession. Nerlo Milan then to Fiona Shea, then a bus forward down the field towards Cian O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan 45 out from goal. Fouled the ball as he went through to try and tackle the Macroom man. That's going to be a free out, and Macroom desperately looking for a bit of inspiration from somewhere. Try and get the ball forward. Here they go with O'Mahony trying to get the ball up the field. Left footed, he almost lost the substitute, I beg your pardon, sorry, Andrew Haggerty. He almost lost possession. He's got it up the far side. Here's the kick coming in from David Horgan with the right boot. It's a bit rash, it's a bit rushed, and you don't seem to feel Macroom at the moment have the composure and maybe, John, even the patience to run down Clyda Rovers. Yeah,
but basic support there, John. 15, you can criticise David Horgan, but he didn't have a lot of options. He was over on the far side. There was a lot of Clyda players getting back, and there weren't enough Macroom players getting up on the shoulder and give the options. There were no options there. He went for the score. It went wide, but it was a hit and hope job. It's hard to see this game changing unless Macroom get a goal.
Gary O'Donnell replaces Martin O'Donnell, the cornerback on the Macroom team. So it's a direct change. Problems being caused down there by Cian O'Sullivan. Macroom have the ball down from the kick out. 10 points to 6, 4 between them. Can Macroom fashion something special? Doing his best is Tony Deneen. He's going for the score. 40 metres off and goal. It's dropping dangerously. The keeper was back, heading into do really well to stretch back and win the ball, Cian Conway. And then when he won the ball, he came out towards the right hand side of the goal. He was fouled, and there's going to be a free out for Clyda Rovers, and the referee halting the play before the game will resume. It didn't look a great great kick initially when the ball was being sent in, but the goalkeeper had to backpedal as Macroom bring in Stephen Casey. This is their third substitute. He joins Andrew Haggerty and Barry O'Donnell in the Macroom team. It looks like the corner forward David Horgan, I think the man that kicked the last one, is the man that's coming off the top of the left man. He's making his way off the field, so Macroom are sending inside Stephen Casey to play in the inside line. What can they do? 4 points the margin at the moment. 15 is off, the substitute 17, Casey is on. 10 points to 6. Tell you what's on the watch. Just over 15 minutes remaining in the match. Short kick out, take out, short free up by Clyda Rovers. Fionn O'Shea, a reliable man in possession. Fisted past to Chris Buckley. Outside his 45 metre line. He will go again for the outlet. The availability of Ray Carey now. Dashing into midfield, dashing down to the 45 metre line with a really strong explosive solo run by the full-back. Ray Carey all the way down the field. They're passing the ball to James Murphy. Murphy goes back again, gives it back to Patrick Milan. 45 out from goal to the right-hand side of the field. It was a bit telegraphed to Chris Buckley. He did make it, but he picked it off the deck. The pass was just a little bit slow. Murphy waited for it. Macroom won the ball. 13 metres has been conceded for the Clyda Rovers man just standing over the ball. So Macroom's free out now. It's outside the 45 instead of inside the 45. Covered stands inside the field. 10 points to 6. 45 minutes gone. 15 minutes remaining in the 2010 Football Championship decider. Sean Toyley with possession at midfield. The former UCC captain out towards the right hand side of the field. Macroom looking for something from somewhere. Andrew Haggerty kicks the ball forward inside towards Patrick Lucy. Lucy now in the top of the right position, being marked over there by Chris Kenny. Has the ball over near the right corner flag, and the City goal is Macroom as attack here now, trying to weave as a bit of magic. Lucy gives the ball back again to Haggerty. They go all the way back out the field again against Clyda Rovers with plenty of bodies back, making it really, really difficult. Standing tall, making it difficult. Giving the ball now to Fenton Gould. He's dashing forward now. He's to take on a lot of players before he can get the kick away onto the left boot, kicking it in. That's a fabulous individual score by Fenton Gould. 10 points to 7. Fenton Gould a point score.
Yeah, but you'll agree though, John, that it's a lot of hard work for Macroom to get any sort of a shooting chance. They don't have enough support out there. Fenton Gould had to do all that work himself, whereas normally if you've got a 1-2 situation arising and be able to get a return pass, he had to do it all himself. Great score by Fenton Gould. I still stand by it though. There's 14 minutes to go. There's a goal in it. I think Macroom are going to need a goal.
Advantage Clyda then by 3 points. 10 points to 7 is the score on the board. Paddy Cassan in possession of the leather from the kick out by his cool barrow. Reversal back a few steps. Goes across the half back line to Kenneth Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald heading back towards the 45 metre line, being forced back all the time there by Fenton Gould, but then managing to take on the Macroom man, retaining possession. Good strong player on the ball. Looks for the outlet to kick the ball inside to Patrick O'Milan, who won possession ahead of the Macroom number 9. Oh no man, he was pushed from the back by him. That's going to be a free in for Clyda Rovers. 50 metres out from the Macroom goal. They're attacking the City goal in the second half. Macroom, what will they do? Is it within the range of James Murphy, you wonder? Is he going to go for a kick? Is he going to put the ball on the ground? Will Milan try and work something by just trying to carve a little pass through? No, they're going to leave it for James Murphy. A lot of kicking in this one outside the 45 metre line, but he's done it before. He could do it again. A big influence by Noel Dunn, of course, and De La Salle Macroom and this Macroom team. So many players, past pupils. He'll be a very proud man watching his team out there, hoping though they'll be a prouder man at the end if they can turn around the 3 points deficit. James Murphy with a really, really long run. It's a long kick. He takes 4 or 5 long paces. Really gets behind. It's a real belt of a ball. Just taken down from underneath the crossbar by James O'Connell. Good goalkeeping. He did well. It looked as if it was on its way, but he did well to bring it down. And Macroom will stop possession again and try and get out of their own defence. They need to move forward. They need to try and get something going fast. Kicked up there by Rory Buckley. Good ball inside to the top of the right position. Ball just got away and won back again by the substitute Andrew Haggerty, I beg your pardon, but the ball is taken away from him by Clyda Rovers. Vigilant defence. They have plenty of bodies back. Paddy Cassan was back in the full back line there. Kenneth Fitzgerald gets the ball. He gives it to Chris Kenny. He's the left corner back and he's away on a journey out of defence, heading from midfield on a stall run. Has carried the ball about 25 metres. Then looks back to Gavin Carey, right hand side of midfield. Bounces the ball on the ground. Toe taps it. Looks back for an outlet. Has possession. So many Clyda Rovers players backing one another up really well. Fionn O'Shea with it. Now surrounded by a couple of green and white jerseys, but they don't panic. They still retain possession. Kenneth Fitzgerald across to Paddy Cassan, who took a heavy challenge when he got the ball inside his own half of the field from David Gould, but he did manage to hold on to it, and they've got it to Ray Carey. All Clyda Rovers names I'm missing at the moment. It's a bit like basketball. They are keeping possession. They give it to Paddy Cassan. Cassan now roving, kicking the ball. Very much a 50-50 ball. Probably favoured the Macroom man more than the Clyda man that he was looking for, Albo Hanlon. The Macroom man over there tried to win the ball, but O'Hanlon robbed it back off the clutches there of Sean Toyley, and he has won a free. Clyda have possession again. They'll take it quickly. They'll look for Patrick O'Malan. Left hand side of the 45-metre line, roving down the wing. O'Malan takes on the Macroom defence. With the ball, he now gives it back to Conor O'Mahony. He steps inside. Space opening up for the Macroom man. Kicking the ball in from distance is Conor Flanagan. I beg your pardon, it's Flanagan. Not O'Mahony. He kicks it. He finds the range. Well taken score. But Macroom lost possession when they shouldn't have really, John. Conceded a free and Clyda Rovers punished them.
Yeah, and it's back to 4 again. They're unable to break that barrier. And look, you'll have to say Clyda are good for that lead. Their work rate is that much greater, and they're really getting stuck in. I know Macroom, and they've done it here again. They can win ball in the middle, but they can't build attacks very well. Kieran Murphy trying to break the line. They're not breaking often enough. They're on the attack again.
4 points between the teams. Peter Lynch, the cornerback, was up to try and assist in this attack. Now Fintan Gould will kick it off the left boot inside, but right and wide. It really almost is a time to throw caution to the wind from a Macroom point of view. 4 points between them. Clyda renowned for their strong defence, for their ability to defend really well and really disciplined throughout the course of this season. You'd imagine 4 points, 10 minutes to go, that if you were to put your money on any team to hold on to a 4 points advantage, it would be Clyda Rovers.
Yeah, they should be able to run the clock down. Macroom, like I said, they're going to need a goal. They're going to need to break through the middle. They're up for the high one again, and they're going to need these balls in the middle. But Clyda are going to win this out near the line.
Cian Conrad's right-footed kick-out finds Chris Buckley, who fired a tug on the jersey there, but the referee left them develop because they have possession. Fiona Shea is trying to break away from Ivan Casey. Does so. Chris Kenny is up into the attack. He's the cornerback. He's racing towards the 45-metre line at the other side of the field. Casey is chasing after Ivan Casey all the way. Gives it to Patrick O'Malan. Malan rushing through now. Has gone through a couple of tackles. Ball onto the right foot and pops it over the bar. Another Clyda Rovers point. And you know, John Walsh and Ned English and the rest of the crew down there, Cormac O'Sullivan, Johnny O'Sullivan, Brian Flanagan and Vincent Toomey, they're beginning to believe that this could be their day. They lead by 5 points. 12 points to 7 inside the last 10 minutes of the match, and Clyda Rovers now leading by 5 points. Could this be the day that they've been waiting for a long time? Not 1 but 2 but 3 finals they've lost. Last year they went out in the quarterfinals, but here they are, 5 points to the good with 9 minutes remaining in the 2013 final. Macroom not dead yet. Philip Corrigan inside to the fullback Roy Buckley. Buckley kicks the ball forward towards Pairc Lucy. Lucy transfers the pass to his captain Kieran Murphy. Up into the attack with the left boot. Left and wide of the uprights though. And Macroom somehow need to find a bit of magic and need probably to find that goal from somewhere to try and turn this game around. Stephen Casey over in the top of the right position now for Macroom. David Gould back in at full forward, and over here on the top of the left is Patrick Lucy trying to just get a bit of magic from somewhere. Paddy Cassan, his experience, and Ray Carey, could that be vital to see Clyda Rovers through in those final 8 minutes? Conrad's right for the kick out. Macroom trying to get possession. Fist the ball down, but only to somebody in black and amber. That man is Cassan. He passed short to Niall O'Malan. Back again to Cassan at left half back for the moment. Stands and surveils the scene before he passes it back to Niall O'Malan. He back to Chris Kenny, who's handled the ball a lot. Backwards they go to Ray Carey. No over the left corner back position, but they're happy with what they have. They have lead by 5 points at the moment. There's a Macroom player injured, so they're playing with 14 at the moment. The game goes on. Algo Hanlon, will he be lifting the cup? He's involved in this movement as he gives the ball to Fiona Shea. They have a man over at the moment because Macroom literally playing with 14 at the moment, and Clyda Rovers with a chance maybe to exert a bit more punishment. Just checking, it is Sean Kiley, I think, is at the Macroom man that's injured there, and he certainly is a loss. He's on the ground, he's receiving attention. Game still develops, but in a game that Clyda are playing with possession and making Macroom run and chase, it's a tiring, sapping game at the moment. Gavin Carey with the ball for Clyda Rovers. They don't mind whether they're going backwards or going forwards. They're 5 points to the good. They're keeping possession, that's all that matters. Chris Kenny in possession around midfield now for Clyda Rovers. They've got maybe 15, 16, 17, 18 passes together without a Clyda Rovers man out of a movement. It's all Clyda at the moment, all possession, just keeping what they have. Conor Sullivan with it, hopping the ball on the ground, starting on a Sullivan, racing forward, heading now to about 25 metres out from goal, giving it inside to the top of the left position. Ball's gone back again out the field to Patrick Milan. He's in to O'Sullivan again, to James Murphy again. James Murphy back to Fiona O'Shea. Back has been used a lot with Clyda Rovers. They must have gone into 35, 40 passes at the moment the way they're going. I've lost count. Keane O'Sullivan back, he gives it to Gavin Carey. Carey has the ball, 45, 65 out from the goal. Back he goes to 65 out from his own goal to Niall O'Malan. Has there ever been a possession sequence like this? We've lost count of it. Just to be one to do the videotape on after. How many Clyda Rovers players have retained possession, have held the ball without a green and white jersey getting in the way? The clock is on it. It's 12 points to 7 at the moment. 53-42 on the clock. Still they retain the ball. Remember Macroom only with 14. Kylie back on his feet. They're back now inside. They're on 45-metre line with Chris Buckley. It's not something maybe I said the purest of football fans would love to come and watch here, but it is very, very effective, no question about it. Niall Milan, left-hand side of midfield. We shouldn't be getting excited because they're miles from the other goal, but they're retaining possession. All they want to do at the moment is hold the ball, keep what they have. Could they take this through to 60 minutes? Remember, John Finton Daly, I'm sure we could bring you in and we could come back and they still have the ball.
Yeah, I think we can go for a lie down.
No, it's just when you came in, they lost the ball. It's got back towards Tony Dineen. Dineen chasing forward now through with a chance to turn this one around. Dineen trying to slip the ball inside to the inside line. And before Stephen Casey could get it, the boot of Ray Carey sent it out over the line. Back to you.
Yeah, I'd say about 85 passes, I imagine. I was going to go for a lie down there for a minute to see, take a rest. But you know what? Don't knock it, John. It's running the clock down. There's only 5 minutes to go. And I'll tell you one thing. If you lose 3 county finals in a row and you lose the next championship at an earlier stage, you'll do anything to win a championship and you don't really care what people think of it. It's very effective. And when you're in a lead like this, Macroom, to be fair, don't have the work rate of Clyda Rovers. And to give credit to Clyda on a serious note, their hand passing and their foot passing at times is quite good. And they're holding possession. They have the lead. They're going to protect it. They make no apology for it. Wouldn't you if you had lost 3 county finals?
Absolutely, nobody would blame him. 12 points to 7 their lead. Here's the kick from Pairc Lucy in around the post on the sideline. That was kicked out by Ray Carey from possession. It's gone in, it's gone right and wide. And it's going to be a kick out again for the goalkeeper of Clyda Rovers. Just to remind you, the Cork 1973 football team will be honoured here at 3:30 this afternoon. Billy Morgan, Frank Hogan, Humphrey Kelleher, Brian Murphy will try the team. Will be Kevin Gerard Sullivan, John Coleman, Con Hartnett. Let's go to midfield, Dennis Carlin and Dennis Long. Half forwards, David McCarthy, Ned Kirby and Declan Barron. Jimmy Barry, Ray Cummins and Jimmy Barrett.
Jimmy Barrett, and unfortunately few of them, a couple of them are not with us, John. The great Humphrey Kelleher. We have a Munster under 15 development competition, I know, in football, the Humphrey Kelleher tournament. Great player that he was and a great team that they were, but I suppose like the history of football, John, a team that has should have won a lot more All Ireland, certainly 2 or 3 more. And but yeah, it's great to honour them. Macroom won't be worried about that now, I can tell you, because there is only 4 minutes of normal time. They're 5 points down, and whatever I said about them having to get a goal earlier on, I think now's the time. They need it, and they need it right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
12 points to 7. Then Macroom have a free down there on half back line. Long stoppage in play. There's going to be a change on the Clyda Rovers team. It's a substitution. Coming off is Padraig Milan, and listen to the cheer for him. And the man coming up is John O'Hanlon is coming on. John O'Hanlon, who was listed to start the game. Game is resuming. Macroom with possession. Urgency now as they're watchful. 12 points to 7. They lead by 5. Dashing forward is David Gould. He went out the field a long way to get possession. 45 out from goal. He sends a long booming kick in, but it's gone unfortunately for Macroom. Left and wide of the post, and Clyda Rovers edged closer to the dream. 3 minutes 10 seconds plus stoppage time remaining. Here's the Clyda Rovers substitute, John O'Hanlon, who thought he was coming on, but he's definitely on at this stage. A second change coming on the way as well for Clyda. They're bringing off another man as well. Coming on to the team is O'Hanlon, just checking who's come off. Second substitution being made. It's a case of everybody tasting a bit of the action. It is number 9, Conor Flanagan, who's come off the field now. 12 points to 7. Then we probably will have 2 minutes or 3 minutes of stoppage time being added on. But what celebrations we'll have if Clyda hold on and win, or if Macroom pull this one out of the bag. 12 points to 7. 5 points to margin. Ball in motion again. Clyda Rovers on the attack again. Trying to make progress is Gavin Carey. Gavin Carey back. He gives it to Chris Buckley. Buckley being tackled, challenged high and fouled by a combination of 2 Macroom players. The number 12, Tony Dineen, certainly involved there as well, and the referee James Birmingham having a quick word with him there. James won't be cut for pace. He's ran a good few marathons, probably heading to Dublin again in a couple of weeks' time. And we'll just watch the action here. Sean Kiley, the Macroom man, just seen. What's he going to do? He's gone way up into the attack, but at this stage Sean Kiley, who sustained an injury, obviously ain't really at his best. Macroom making another change. Clyda Rovers making a change as well here now. We'll stay with the ball. The ball has been kicked in by Paddy Cassan. Inside to the edge of the square. Another score to embellish it. Here's James Murphy. James Murphy puts the ball between the sticks, and Clyda Rovers can celebrate. They lead by 6 points, and even though at times maybe their patience might have run dry and they might have said, are they ever going to win this Premier Intermediate Cup? Are they ever going to take home the Billy Long Cup? It looks like 2013 is going to be their lucky year, and number 13, James Murphy, has made it 13 points on the scoreboard for Clyda Rovers. 7 for Macroom with a minute and a half remaining, and Macroom last gasped up. They run something dramatic. Tony Deneen soloing up the field he goes, not being met by any Clyda Rovers man. Deneen kicks the ball in, but it's wayward without a direction. The heads have dropped, unfortunately, from a Macroom point of view. They do look a beaten team, and Clyda Rovers took a grip out of the side of half time, and quite simply they haven't relented since then.
I know, John, they've been by far the better team, and give them credit, and it's a wonderful achievement. And you get beaten in 3 finals, and you're not doing a lot wrong. If you get to 3 finals, you're doing a lot of stuff right. That's something you've got to remember. And they were misfortunate here against Newmarket a couple of years ago, and they came in as favourites, and it's not easy, and you get what you deserve in any team sport. But they certainly are getting what they deserve today. They're by far the better side. Macroom playing too much of the group of individuals, and they're trying to create a goal chance here.
Trying to get inside to the full forward line. They have won a free though. There was a bit of dissent as well, so the free is going to be in on the 13-metre line. Now Clyda Rovers have not conceded a goal in the championship all season. We just wonder right at the death here. They're going to be very careful. The ball was driven and then put over the bar by Pairc Lucy. It's a point for Macroom, but it's of little benefit because there was only a minute of added time to be put on. It's 13 points to 8 at the moment, 5 between them. We're almost over the line. Clyda Rovers are almost there, and what celebrations there will be around Morinab this evening. The people that stayed away, maybe Clyda's greatest fan, Ted, if you're listening in Clare, this is your moment, this is your day. Savour this. 60 seconds remaining before Clyda Rovers are crowned kings of the county. They lead by 13 points to 8. We're in the first minute and the only minute of stoppage time as the ball is in play again around midfield. Macroom for one last time in the match trying to go forward. Michael Cahill wanted a substitute. Well done Granada yesterday. Good luck to Clyda Rovers today from Paul Muffley in Perth in Western Australia. Perth listening to us there. They were listening last night as well. Many people in Australia. The ball got inside towards the inside line of Macroom. Clyda Rovers back there in numbers. Gavin Carey has it. The countdown is on in basketball fashion. We mentioned basketball a bit. Maybe they could run down the clock. Last 30 seconds of play. Cornerback Niall Milan has it. Back in defence. He's been pinned in there. Macroom still walking. But the whistle will sound very shortly. And Clyda Rovers leading by 13 points to 8. 5 points a better team on the scoreboard at the moment. And they walk the ball out the right hand side of their own defence. And they'll walk the ball into attack for maybe one last time with their substitute Maurice O'Brien. Took a couple of heavy hits but withstood the challenge. In came Tony Deneen, kicked the ball away out over the sideline. Paddy Kissel the ball. What a warrior he's been. Maybe appropriately the whistle should go with the ball in his hands. The 30 seconds, 60 seconds are up. The whistle is gone and Clyda Rovers are county intermediate, Premier Intermediate football champions for 2013. It is lucky 13 for Clyda Rovers. It is 4-time lucky. The disappointments of 09, 10 and 11 have been blown away into the wilderness, because all that matters is what's happening now, and what's happening now are absolutely great scenes of delight. The men from Morinab will be a senior football team in 2014. Deservedly they've won this county final champions today by 13 points to 8.
Yeah, and worth every score of it, John. And like I said earlier, if you get the 3 county finals in the last 4 years, you're doing a lot of stuff right. And a lot of it is psychological, I suppose. They've been misfortunate. But look, just to go through their team, their goalie was outstanding, very, very well from the very beginning. Those 2 senior county players, Ray Carey and Pairc Lucy, as expected, played key roles. Fiona O'Shea, I think you'll agree, was outstanding in the middle of the field. But you know what? Conor Flanagan had his moments, very, very good. So did James Murphy, and Paddy Milan, the full forward, the aging Paddy Milan. What a game he had. But you know what? My man in the match was their number 31. And